All right, so here's my story. I had an interesting experience, spiritually speaking. My wife was right there when it happened at our site in the Southwest United States where we're looking for some goodies. And I first heard it. Whoa. I look over at my wife. She's looking at me. Heard it again. Oh. And that's all I can tell you for now. But my Native American spiritual guide, Morningstar, says, you might want to keep that private. That could just be for you. You know, I know you like to talk on YouTube and tell stuff, but sometimes, Spirit wants to show you something that's not meant for everybody else. And I thought, I hear you, but God, there's a lot of people who would love to hear this story. It might even benefit them somehow just because, I had something that, like that to me, And if it helped 10 people out of 1,000, I feel pretty good about it. But she makes a good point. Sometimes maybe it's just not meant to be. And so I've been praying, asking the guides, you typically give me a dream when I ask for an answer on something. Although there might have been a crystal involved, partially. But nonetheless, I get a response. So I'm at home now with no crystal involved and thought, well, I can still communicate. They can still hear me. Can I have a dream? An answer that, is it okay to relay this story or should I keep it private? And I have a dream. I'm at a used car dealership somewhere. Don't know where exactly. I feel like I was in Florida, but other than that, I don't know. And it's the typical old used car dealership. But there's a nice looking little red, kind of sporty looking car. Could have been a Honda or a Toyota something. I don't know. Nice looking. Used, of course. And Trader Boss is there. I don't know if you know this, but Trader Boss used to be a car salesman at some point. And he's there, and my job is to buy this car for him. Like, I'm going to do it. I mean, ultimately he's paying, but like, oh yeah, I checked it out. I looked at it. It looks good. The engine sounds good. This is what you were looking for. Here's your car, So we go in, we sign all the paperwork, we get out, I go back out to the car. And I'm like thinking, man, we didn't even test drive it. I'm going to test drive a car, like for sure. But in my dream, sometimes you're just there for the ride of your dream. You don't get to control it. So usually that's how it always goes. So I realized, well, let me just start it up again and move it. Well, I started up again, which we did do before, and it doesn't sound that good. Like, a little engine noise. Oh, I didn't hear that before. We just started up. I didn't hear that. Oh, okay. I put it in gear, move it forward, stop, look at it, go underneath the back of it. In this particular car, typically those kind of cars are front-wheel drive cars, so they got the CV axles in the front with the boots, and they don't have them in the back. There's nothing in the back besides just the wheels. No drive engine or transmission or anything. Unless you have an all-wheel drive car. But again, this was not that. But for whatever reason, and this car had rear wheel with CV axles. And I see the left boot, it's torn, and the grease is leaking out, which happens when it is torn. And I'm like, oh man, damn. So I go back in, I'm like, dude, I know we just signed this, but damn, the engine's already making noise. I haven't driven off the lot. The engine's making noise. It's got a CV boot cracked. We want to pick another car. Let us pick another car. We're not going to just not get a car today. Let us get a different car. Well, there's a fee for that. I charge a fee for that. Dude, I've been here, and I was like, this is like my third or fourth time buying something from you over the years. You're just going to charge me a fee? I haven't even left yet. We just signed the paperwork a minute ago, a few minutes ago. We're going to pick something else out. Let us pick something else out. Well, here's what it's going to cost you. $2,500 in fees. What? I'm not paying $25. You're going to lose a customer over this? Because we're not going to ever come back after this. And that was the end of the dream. That was not the dream I was looking for. I am not out trying to find Trader Boss a used car. And the irony was that he was a used car, I think, dealer a while back, like a long time ago. And, who knows? But I'm like, what the hell am I dreaming about that for? My wife's like, oh, I had a weird dream last night that we had our car, like I parked the car and someone else got in it, and they drove off, and we're like, and I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, where were our kids at? Were our kids in the car? Oh my gosh, do they have our kids in the car? Like freaking out. Oh. And, woke up from that. So she had a weird dream. I had a weird dream. Not the answer. I may need the crystal to get my proper answer. But it was very, very interesting of an experience. And I do want to share it somehow, but I'm not going to do that. I gotta get clear guidance. And right now, I've asked a couple times now. This thing last night wasn't the first time. And I just get a used car dream. Not what I wanted. So if I get some guidance on that, maybe one day I'll tell the story, because it was pretty fascinating, to say the least. And that's it. Take care.